This is called 12 Suns.
Oh.
You've had this, Sean.
I've had this.
Is that SONS or SUNS?
SONS.
Okay, very good.
Is this the West Coast IPA? Is that what this is?
This is a double IPA.
Double. Mark, you get some of this in there?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's 8.4%. Okay. And it's West Coast IPA style. So it's pine, grapefruit, bitterness.
Okay.
But still, you know, like you get
Heartache. It's a fine. He said fine bitterness. I'm like heartache, depression.
sounds like a country song.
It's a lifter. It's a lifter. I'm gonna
Just take
throw
a
my
sniff.
nose at it.
True.
Smells good. I can smell
Get the hops right away.
get the hops, but I can smell some fruit in there,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. The fruitiness is from the hops as well.
If I put the beer too close to the microphone, you get the sniffing sound. All I smell is my bad breath that's been speaking into this microphone this whole time. No, my breath is wonderful. All right, let me try this.
Beer.
Thanks, Homer.
Beer.
Give me a mock.
Yeah.
Laughing through the
There's a
soundproof.
banshee in the back room there. Cackling. I thought the Halloween episode was last week.
So, where'd you get this idea from? This beer?
I like IPAs.
Okay.
I wanted to make a West Coast double.
Yeah, so
we
this
haven't done something like this at the tap in quite a while.
this doesn't taste like your traditional Bissell Brothers and all this other stuff. You know
No,
what I'm
that's
saying?
more of New England,
Yeah.
tropical, juicy, not very bitter at all. Where this is old school hops, it finishes dry. It has a nice little bitterness to it, a nice snap, if you will.
Yeah, it does.
But it still has like that grapefruit.
A lot of grapefruit in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traditional West Coast hops went into this, so
Okay.
I like the grapefruit.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
Very much.
it's bitter. It's very dry, and the grapefruit is. This is more grapefruit, I think, than other. That's what I'm tasting right now.
when you're gonna make a bigger version of something, it's easier just to let's just toss that much more hops into it.
Yeah.
You got to be careful though. You don't want it to be too much. You don't want to have the beer be that too much bitter. And you also got to keep the body fairly light with a double IPA, so it's easier to drink. Because you don't want to overpower it.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's 8.4, and you can tell there's a little bit of a warming thing in there, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you just drank it and I never told you it was 8.4, I don't think you'd realize.
No, I can't. It doesn't come off that way, as if
Right.
it's like one of those heavy, boozy beers. It's got enough flavor to it. It doesn't feel like that to me. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, 12 Suns. We're in downtown Haverhill. Proud to be part of Haverhill, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Right.
So, history, a little lesson here for you.
Okay.
There were 12 men who in 1640 came upriver looking for a new place to settle and landed at a place called Pentucket. The Indians called Pentucket, which means at the winding or place of the winding river.
Okay.
So it was 8 men from Newbury and 4 men from Ipswich. So 12 guys came up, founded the city of Haverhill in 1640.
Okay. All right.
That's
Yeah.
why I called it 12 Sons.
That's
So
cool.
It's the 12 Sons, the birth of Haverhill.
So Newbury and Ipswich.
Yes. So you got to think, Pilgrims landed in 1620
Yep.
in Plymouth, Mass.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
1630, 10 years later, you had Governor Winthrop and his band of followers that founded the city of Boston.
Okay.
All right. And after he took over, it was the Massachusetts Bay Colony, and he was the governor of the whole thing. So you had these settlements mostly along the coast because this was all wild.
Yeah,
This was,
sure.
Indian territory. It was just forests and stuff, So the problem was you had all these people coming over, even in those first couple of decades, that those towns on the coast got too crowded. They wanted land. That was the thing they cherished.
Sure.
You couldn't get land in England. All the lords, and dukes and stuff owned all the land.
They had the land, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just amazing to me, You had the Pilgrims in 1620,
Yeah.
Boston in 1630. Well, Haverhill was founded in 1640.
Huh. I think I
Because
knew
12
that.
guys came up the river
Sure.
to the place they had known. They knew that there was an old village called Pentucket on the banks of the Merrimack. So it was actually Pentucket, the actual Indian village, was where the little river that winds through Haverhill
Yep.
flows into the Merrimack River, which is now Washington Square.
I was going to say that
it's
was
under
right
the
there.
ground.
Yeah.
Little river runs under the ground through Washington Square behind the post office.
Yep.
That's where the Indian village was.
No
So
kidding.
just before that bend to go around to Pentucket is where they first landed, which is modern day area of Mill Street.
Yep.
That's why they have the Button Woods Museum there
Okay.
for the history of Haverhill, because
Yeah.
that's where the whole city started.